There's the 8 o'clock scrum. Right on time. Right on time. And here we have a new month, a new day, a new week, a new month. So we're all good to go. We're starting from the beginning again. A new month, good to go. We're starting from absolutely, Matt. I'm hoping for a big green day. Their stocks. Nice, lovely big. We had a nice, lovely green day on Friday. It should have been so much more, but I had to pick the day on Friday to go take the afternoon off, didn't I? But HKD, wow, that was mental on Friday. I mean, I think everybody in the Discord was trying to, well, not everybody, but anybody with a decent sized account was trying to trade HKD on Friday. It just was so clean. It was moving up, big spreads, big volatility, scary moves, but ultimately very profitable. I only took one position, a bull flag breakout, and I made 10k in like a matter of seconds. It was madness. Absolute madness. Let's see if I can. Morning, happy new week, happy new day, happy new month. Absolutely, we go again. In the immortal words of Stevie G, we go again. Morning, Alphabet. We do it all over again. And for those of you that are not on the Day Trade with Tony community, that you're not in the Discord or anything like that, just to let you know, we had almost $14,000 profit on Friday. On the back of one particular move that gave us $10,000, which was HKD. We got a bull flag breakout and we jumped in for the breakout, and it moved up and gave us $10,000. It moved up over $10. So we got it, so we made over $10,000 on that one move, and then I was so busy doing other things on Friday that perhaps it was one of those days that probably would have been better off sitting at my desk. But I'm not going to get FOMO because I had a really good month. July, in the end, after Friday, I finished July even better than I finished June. So July is now my second best ever trading month. Go figure. And I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought, I was talking about it on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, that potentially we could go and get we could get a good finish to the month to finish ahead of June, but I didn't really think that was going to happen. And when I finished on Friday, I think I finished the stream was about 3,500 up or whatever it was. And then when I came back after doing my shopping and stuff, I hadn't even put all my shopping away. I went grocery shopping at the supermarket. Came in. One of the guys on the Discord was talking about HKD and the move, so I jumped on and I saw the bull flag. I just opened the computer and I saw the bull flag right in front of me. So I jumped in. I hadn't even unpacked my shopping. So jumped in and took some profit. And then when it started to pull back, I exited, and then I went and unloaded all my shopping and stuff. And I came back and it had moved up $100. I'm like, what? It took me about half an hour, 40 minutes to put my shopping away, and it had moved up $100 in that time. If I just held, I'd have made $100,000 on that move. But you know, it woulda, shoulda, coulda. I was I took 1,000 shares at I think it was 270 something. Actually, I can tell you exactly what it was. Trader view stats open here, and Tuesday was a very good journal. That's the section I'm after. HKD volume of 2,000 in 1,008. Yeah, 279 I jumped in at, and I exited at 290. So I got over $10 on that move. Thousand shares, $10. So, well, it's a little bit more than that, but good. A good finish to the week, a good finish to the to Friday, a good finish to the week, and a good finish to the month. And I just celebrated on the whole weekend. I watched Liverpool beat Man City on Friday. Yay! And I watched the England Lionesses win the European Championships yesterday. Had a barbecue as well, and yeah, it was a nice, pleasant weekend, if I do say so myself. I can't grumble. And we do it all again. I've been invited to some nice warm climbs at the end of well, actually the beginning of September for a birthday. So I might take a couple of weeks off. Last week of August, first week of September is my holidays. I've been contemplating when to go on vacation, and I'm thinking, yeah, well, there you go, Alphabet. I mean, that's the whole point. Is that it was moving so volatile. The spreads were huge. The spreads were scary huge, and they were fluctuating, very rangy. It was low volume. Relatively low volume as well in comparison to a lot of the other things that were moving, but it was just moving so cleanly. It had that momentum about it. So jumping on there, I thought 1,000 shares, you know, worst case that could happen, I might lose 10-20k. I had at that stage I had over nearly over 150k at that stage. So I thought, okay, let's jump in. Let's try it. It's calculated risks. You know, if you can't... I looked at it this morning pre-market. Let's have a look at it again. Right now, what's the spreads right now? The spreads are not too bad now. They're $35. No, $45. I was right the first time. $35. $35 spreads, but at one stage this morning it was $155. I'm like, what? That was about 6 o'clock market time. So what was that, about 11 o'clock my time? Spread $155 spread. I'm like, yeah, okay. No wonder it's low volume. Nobody's going to take a trade when the spreads are $155. So what's moving today? Oh, we've got Celyad Oncology, which is moving up on a decent catalyst again. So a cancer catalyst. We've got MGAM, which was Mobile Global, which was an IPO on Friday that went mental on Friday. So I'm watching that one as well. We've got Maia Biotech, that went mental on Friday as well, particularly after hours. So I'm watching this one because this went up to like 950, 960, something like that after hours. Or actually this morning, in fact, this went up to 970. But it went up on Friday to 744 from kind of 450 or whatever it was, 420s. So big, some big moves on Friday, some big momentum moves on Friday, and well, we had some big moves on Thursday as well. And well, in fact, the whole of last week we had some decent moves. If I look back at what we traded, obviously we traded things that likes of Tough Built that had good moves up. We got good moves off Sega breaking all-time highs. PGY the whole week moving up like there was no tomorrow. Huge gains. Even Redbox came back. We had Freight Technology moved big time earlier in the week. Those huge moves across the whole week. So there was lots and lots to trade last week that would facilitate, good profits. It's about being selective with your trades and just waiting for the right moves and the right entries. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the power of leverage. Stocks and not vids. That's the power of leverage. So I get 6 times leverage with capital markets. So the fact that I had 150k in my over 150k at my account, but at that stage, 279, I was well within my well within my buying power. Hey Kinga. Well, let's have a look at the markets. They're all down this morning. That's not to say that won't turn around. I don't know why. Same thing as last month. I was in a good mood on the first trading day of July because I'd had a really good. Well, actually, it wasn't, because the first trading day of July for me wasn't the first. It was the 5th because of the 4th of July holiday. But I was in a really good mood even after just recovering from COVID. At least this time I was able to celebrate properly. Celebrate a good month. I couldn't celebrate it last month. I couldn't celebrate June because of the, coming down with COVID. And then this month I've had an even better month than I did in June. And let's just say the weekend was a bit of a haze. Had a really good weekend. Lots of my P&L for the year so far is just bear with me one moment. 577. Well, it's actually just under 577,000. That's net. That's net. If I talk about what my P&L for the year, hang on a minute, I'll tell you exactly what my P&L for the year actually is on just trade P&L. It's about 600 and something. 670, I think it is. Just put the filters in here. No, 709,216 for the year. So the fact that I'm actually, if I break out the $1 million over 12 months, because my goal is to have a net figure of $1 million this year, a net trading day of $1 million, a trading year of $1 million. 7-figure year is what I'm targeting myself off. To do that, I targeted myself off a trade profit of $5,000 a day. Then when you take out the taxes and everything else, that works out 20 trading days on average per month. It works out about 100,000 a month. So when you take out all of the transaction charges, commissions, fees, etc. as well, I need to be making net just under 84,000 a month across 12 months on average. So if I look at 7 months have gone, I'm 6,500 behind. I'm just 6,500 behind that actual goal. So the 7-figure target is back on track. I thought after May, it was gone, and it was something that I thought I'd blown the chance to have a 7-figure year in May. Traded badly. The market was very difficult to trade, and actually lost money in May. But then I came back and had my second best ever trading month in June, and then I've eclipsed that month. So July is now my second best ever trading month, and we're back on track. Well, so sure, I can teach you how to do it for yourself. You don't need to work for me. You can work for yourself. That's what I do. Work for me. I work for me. You should work for you. I don't trade futures, King. I don't day trade futures. Occasionally in a hot market, I might take options. I might trade options on the Nasdaq or on the SPY or something like that. But I don't trade futures because it's essentially it's a derivative, and you have to take substantial leverage to take advantage of the small incremental changes in those derivatives. So the indexes, the forex and things like that. I don't because you have to take huge leverage to take advantage of those small incremental changes. For me, that's just an increase in risk that I prefer not to do on a daily basis. From a day trading point of view, I would rather trade the instruments that make up those derivatives. It's why I don't trade ETFs. It's why I don't trade futures. I don't trade commodities. I don't trade forex from a day trading perspective. That's not to say I won't swing or I won't take a long-term position when with something like the SPY or something. Well, all I can say right now is I used to have a salary which was about $260,000 a year before I got into this. Before the pandemic, I was the regional vice president of a software company for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and I was on about 260 a year, just over $250,000 a year, and I was mentally and physically exhausted all the time because the hours I had to put in, the traveling I had to put in. And I was thinking, well, it's worth it because I'm on a great salary. Then the taxman comes and takes his cut, of course, and you've got all various things going on, and by the end of it, you're like, it's not worth it. Just from a mental capacity, it's just not worth it. And then I got into data, and granted, I lost a lot of money to start off with, whilst I was learning. My let's just say my tuition fee was a large one. I lost a lot of money to start off with until I actually turned that corner and kind of the penny dropped, had that eureka moment, and started being consistently profitable, and I've just got better and better since. So, and that's what happens. It's practice more than anything else. It's practice, going to the gym, muscle memory, whatever you want to call it. It takes a while. So Tough Built's looking like it's making moves again today. It's to be watched. I've got it. I think I've got it on the watch list here. So just making moves now. Getty is also, if you have a look at Getty as well, so Getty's another one that's making moves. It's not got the volume, but it had big moves, and it is up 8% as well today. We're getting volatility back in the markets. What I would consider a hot market at the moment. After the bell in particular, we've had some really hot moves. So let's see what day has in store for us. Tough Built trying to make it back up to 25. $0.25. We'll look for the $0.25. Just to start the week off, just to start the month off. Let's get some gains under the belt. Start with Tough Built. Tough Built owes me some money from last week anyway. Still. We're just in for 5,000 shares with Tough Build. We'll put 820s. Gonna lock in. I was gonna lock in the gains, but pulled all the way back. So this is why I keep saying to everybody when you're trading, remember to take profits along the way. Nobody goes broke by taking profits. Don't do what I do and hold on too long because you're expecting a bigger move. Set a realistic target and then take some profits. There you go. I'll take some $250 off there. If we move higher, if we break the $0.25, I'll add back to the position. Locking in some gains. At the top of there. Thing is, when you're trading pre-market, you've got to have your eye on the ball because you can't put a stop loss in place. So $600. That's our start. That's our start on the day. We've got the exit indicator, the big wick down. So we may fill that wick, but its weight came all the way back down to my break even because I'd added to my position. Once I got to the break even, I exited the second half of the position. So $600 is a good start to the day, good start to the month, and let's see what else we can do today, guys. I've got a good feeling about this month. I'm feeling like August could be a really good month. If we've got a lot of bullish momentum like we did on Friday, and we keep having bullish momentum, then we could all make some money, guys. Well, for those of us that have brokerage accounts, for those of us that are trading, we could make a lot of money, guys. Let's hope we do. Okay, so the high, this one is 31. So guys, how was your weekend? How did you all enjoy your weekends? Did you have a good weekend? I suppose that's the best thing to ask, isn't it? That's why you take profits along the way. You keep moving your stop, whether it's a mental or a physical. Keep moving your stop up, and when it gets you to break, once you've got some money in the bank, if it comes back to break even, you exit for small loss or break even. Because if it pulls back, I could have lost 20 odd cents there. So you see the exit indicators, pay heed to them. Be very disciplined, particularly if you've got a smaller account. I've got a much smaller account today. Like I say, on Friday, I was able to take 1,000 shares of a $279 stock and not really blink. Whereas today, I've not got that kind of equity. I withdrew 140,000 on Friday, so I'm now down to 100. Well, just under 30,000 start. 29,877 is my starting equity today. I start every month, the first of every month, I start with $30,000. That's what I start my equity position with. I get 6 times leverage, so it gives me effectively $180,000 worth of buying power. Now, I could have got, if I was watching, using the 1 minute, I might have got in there for a break of 820, but I'm actually watching the 2 minute instead, so it's the 830 is the break that I'm looking for. Got in at 834, so a little bit slow to the trigger. I'm expecting a test of the $0.50 here. I'm looking for a test of the $0.50. What I don't want is another rejection up at the highs. 36, 38. Got to be conscious that this might be a double top, so if it gets rejected up at 840 again, then we'll just take a small bit of profit. So it needs to break 840 and not form a double top. Take half off just in case it does that. It's locked in another $100. Bit of resistance up at 840. That's the thing. What I'll do is got spreads, a 4-cent spread, which doesn't, well, 2 to 4 cents. It's not huge, but you've got to factor that in as well. Okay, so I'm just going to get out there. It's first candle to break a new low, exit the position. That's the rule of thumb. So that's what I've done. But I'd taken half of the profit up at the top, and then so that kind of cancels it out. I'm still 400 on the day. I've lost a little bit on that pullback. It's not to say that it's not going to turn around, but what I'm conscious of is we've got a double top formation here, the M formation, and unless we fill this wick up here and get higher lows for a move up, this double top can be quite bearish and move down. And if it breaks $8, we could see it come all the way down to 760. So a double top formation is where it moves up, pulls back, moves up, pulls back to the same area. It usually breaks. Bitcoin, funnily enough, Bitcoin is holding over 23,000. So did get up to 23,200. Actually, at over the weekend we were up over 23.3s. So Bitcoin holding that 23 level, which is good. Nice bit of show of strength. Ethereum maintaining over 1,600 as well. So crypto having a decent move. There we go. We're just coming into the $0.50 now. Needs to hold 840. I was expecting it to test 850, but we'll see. It pulls back down towards what's the low of this candle was $8. If it pulls back down to $8, I can see it pulling back towards the VWAP at least. Let's update the watch list. So Celyad Oncology just kind of moving sideways since its initial pop. MGAM, which is Mobile Global, was an IPO on Friday, went absolutely mental on Friday. It's trading up. The high on Friday was 12.57, so it's considerably up, about 40% almost. But it's just slightly below the VWAP at the moment. Tough built. I want to see it break the $0.50 before I consider it again. AMT Digital. What about Maia? Maia Biotech. So Maia Biotech 673 popped up. Now HKD. This is the one that went mental on Friday. Currently, the spreads are down to 30 cents. So the spreads are narrowing. There's no volume, but it was low volume anyway last week. But there's no volume. But when the spreads get down to about 10, 15 cents, I could be interested in having a look at that. AMTD owns a huge share of HKD. So this is AMTD Idea Group. This is very small, very low price. But what you'll see is sympathy movement on this. To HKD. Let's say, is there any warrants out for HKD? No, that's okay. So what we're looking for now is break of highs, 845, and test the $0.50. So $0.50, quarter, half, and whole dollars are very psychological levels at this level in terms of trading at this price. How many people do we have? 15. Okay, we've got 15 people in the chat. Everybody tap the screen 10 times. I'll get us over 1,000 likes, and it just helps with the algorithm. If you're on YouTube, make sure you press the thumbs up button. Again, it just helps with the algorithm, pushes it out as a suggestion to more people, helps them to discover the channel, and just helps me out. Thank you very much, guys. So there's a lot moved on Friday, and the majority of the big movers on Friday have held most of the gains. So my question to you, there's a few of you in the chat. Let me know in the chat, what stocks are you watching today? What is it that you think could be the big movers today? Let me know in the chat. I've already called out what I'm watching. I'm obviously Tough Built is and Pagaya, the ones that I got the most money off last week, and Tough Built still owes me about $2,000 yet. Based on momentum from Friday, obviously HKD. Let's see what happens with that one. MGAM, which is what we've been looking at, the new IPO. Possibly even Getty Images, BCAC. Where have I got that? Yeah, it's not moved at all today. Let's have a quick look. Brookline Capital Acquisition hasn't done anything today at all. Looks like it could be halted. There's no data. I'll be interested in understanding what's going on with that one. Gaia pre-market, it's held most of its gains. If you look at this on a 15-minute from when it pumped up there, and I was saying it was going to move up, and we got some good gains on Pagaya, but it moved all the way up to 27, 28 nearly, so 27.55. It's held most of its gains, so it's over 23 at the moment still. So Pagaya could reach 30 today, wouldn't surprise me. We've got Getty Images, had very volatile day on Friday. Big move up, big swings down, moves up, and now it's just kind of trading sideways. So, and Sega kind of reached all-time highs on Thursday, and then sold off on Friday. So we may get a bounce today. It's already, Sega's already up 8%, but it sold off on Friday quite heavily after reaching all-time highs the day before. So that might be a consolidation. It might just continue selling off. I think it's probably more likely to be a consolidation. It's up at 1850s, 1860s, so I'll be optimistic that Sega will continue to move back up into the early 20s, 21, 22 maybe. HKD, there's no volume at the moment. Can't trade this pre-market because of the lack of volume and the ridiculous $30 spreads. But you can see how this moved up from kind of 170 up to 480s. It's just mad moves. If I look at this on the 5 minute, I'll show you exactly where I took a position. I mean, look at the halt. Look at these halt levels here. So it moved up into a halt. The gap up. So the close on this one was 208, and it resumed at 240. So $34 gap up before it then pulled back into a halt and gap down a similar kind of, well, even bigger amount, I think. So it closed 229 and opened at 197. So yeah, it's a similar amount. So over $34 gap down after a $34 gap up. So extremely volatile. But if you look, this is a 5 minute chart, and the volume histogram down the bottom, very low volume, which is one of the things that makes it a very risky stock to trade. Very low volume. The spreads are huge, but the moves are phenomenal. So I got in, I think it was around here. We got a pullback, 279, and then it moved up, and I got a good $10 up, well, over $10 on it, and cut my losses. But if I just held a little bit longer, it would have gone up to 370. So I potentially could have made $100,000 if I just held that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know, what you gonna do? But that was mad moves on Friday. Maia, again, this one moved up after hours. It moved up quite big on Friday, and then after hours, the first thing this morning, it's gone mental as well. Tough Built had the move up, then the sell off. Now we're moving up again. So this was an IPO on Friday. It went from kind of $4 up to like $15 up to, and then this morning was up at almost $20. And then we've had Celyad Oncology. It's reasonable relative volume, but moved up on good on a good catalyst. So there's a lot to be watching. You just let me know what it is that you're watching. Be interested to hear your thoughts. I will give the dog. Don't worry, I'll give the dog a treat when we get to 3,000 here for Stocks Not Vids. That's when she gets treated. 3,000 likes, and we give the dog a treat. Morning or afternoon, not very well. We don't trade Forex GTA World. We don't trade Forex on this channel. This is a day trading channel for equities, stocks. Getty, I've got Getty on the watch list. It's kind of break even at the moment. Let's put it back on the 15 minutes. You see what actually happened. But on the 30 minute, you can see a bit more. So this is the 30 minute chart. You can see that it started to move up on Thursday evening, and then really reached the peak on Friday morning. It sold off into the open, and then had a bounce, and it's now consolidating sideways. So whilst it was a big move up, I'm not convinced in terms of the momentum based on what else was moving on Friday. I'm not convinced based on momentum whether this is going to continue to move up or not. But I'm watching it because it did have some big volatile moves, which is what we're looking for, and it had some big volatile moves on good volume as well towards the middle of the day, around lunchtime. So yeah, let's keep an eye on Getty. There is quite a bit of talk about Getty on social media as well, so maybe it gets a pump from the likes of the Reddit crowd or whatever, but I'm watching Getty as well. Geovax, absolutely. So Geovax has been going mental for the last couple of days. So this is, see how here we've got levels that we've traded at before. Get rid of those. The last couple of days, put it on the daily, you'll see it better. So all last week we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It actually moved up. So even though Wednesday was a red day, it actually finished lower than it opened. It was still higher than where it was still a green day, in the fact that it was higher than where it closed on the previous day. Geovax is been having a good moment, and it's up at $4 right now. And if we look back on the 30-minute chart, it's up at $4 right now, and wouldn't surprise me if we see this back up at like $4.80, $5 and beyond. It could have a really good day. So it has been as low as kind of 275 today. 275, 273. Been as low as 273, and it's been as high as 448. So Geovax is one to watch as well. It's a nice price. It's in that, you know, it's not quite a penny stock that I would consider. It's above the $3 threshold, so it's got good relative volume. So it's certainly one on the watch list. You have that on the watch list. What app am I using? This here is DAS Trader Pro. This is the platform that I use to trade. In the middle, you've got these scanners which are on Benzinga Pro, which is what I use on a daily basis to give me insight into the markets and what's moving, why it's moving, how much it's moving, on what volume it's moving, etc., etc. Morning, Brandon. Yeah, I've been talking about Maia. So Maia Biotech. So I'll put this on the 15 minutes so you can see it. Had a good pump towards the end of the day on Friday. It did sell off into the close, but it's moved up quite well in the out of hours session. So it's currently up about 14%, and it's one to watch. It can move quite substantially in a very short space of time, as we can see from these, and it has previous. It's a recent IPO, and this seems to be over the last 3 or 4 weeks. This is certainly where a lot of the momentum and the volatility is coming back into it, is with a lot of these IPO stocks. The recent IPOs, SPAC mergers, etc., etc. So that's where a lot of the volatility is coming. So keep an eye on this. This IPO middle of last week, that kind of Thursday, I think it was. And then we had Mobile Global IPO'd on Friday and went mental on Friday. So this is another one to watch. Mobile Global and Maia Biotech. Keep an eye on them. I've got quite an extensive watch list today, guys. So I think what I'd probably be conscious of is I don't want to get caught out, chasing the next shiny object. And I'm a little bit conscious that this might be a head and shoulders. If that's a shoulder, that's a head, and that's another shoulder. So we need to break the $0.50 here. Otherwise, this could be a head and shoulders on Tough Built. Hola, Puno. No problem, screenwriter. Hey, Raptor. So I'm just watching this for the break of the $0.50. I'm interested if it breaks the $0.50. If it doesn't and gets rejected, I'm not interested because of this potential head and shoulders formation right now. And the head and shoulders are a triple bottom formation. Quadruple bottom. Head and shoulders formation is bearish, so we don't want to see that. How's Getty getting on? A lot of people talking about Getty. It's slightly up. Not great volume right now, but it is one to watch based on how it moved on Friday. However, what happened on Friday is the majority of its gains it made pre-market. had a hard sell-off before it bounced in midday, and yeah, so from about 11 till 12 is where it really rallied. Then it just consolidated the rest of the time. It's kind of sideways from that in terms of price points. Had a couple of fluctuations either way, but it's kind of sideways since that point, around the $26 mark, give or take. And that's where we are. Yeah, right. Okay, you're stuck in Getty. What was your what was your entry on Getty? Where did you get in? Around 26. Whilst you're doing it, I'll show Sega. So Sega, does it run to 30? No, not today. This week, let's see how it gets on today. It could run to 30. What happened with Sega is it ran up to all-time highs on Thursday, and then it sold off all day on Friday. So first and foremost, we need to see a bit of positive momentum, a swing back to the upside. So all-time highs is usually a good time to short. Don't believe you'd be able to short Sega. It's probably on the restrictions list. Oh, it is shortable. All right, okay. I thought it was selling off so hard on Friday it might have hit the short sell restrictions list, but I suppose that little bounce at the end of the day prevented that. But currently 1850s, below the VWAP right now. If you're thinking of being bullish on Sega, you need it to be back over $19, $20, certainly above the VWAP. Right now, I would say $30 is a realistic target this week. I'm not so sure. Well, Thomas, you missed Geovax. We covered it a little bit earlier, but you can rewind the stream and get that if you want to, or I'll cover it off again a little bit later. Well, S&P Bioscience had a good day on Friday. I was going to say yesterday. Not looking too attractive today. So put this on the 15-minute. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I had a good run up on Friday. If I just pull this back a little bit. Had a good run up on Friday, then sold off into the open. This is pre-market session. Sold off into the open. Then it moved up. Bit of a pullback before moving up and reaching these highs up at 330s. It did sell off at the close, and then continued to sell off in the after hours session. It gapped up this morning when we opened for the morning session and has sold off since. So it's not looking particularly strong right now. It's down at 250s after being up at 310s earlier in the session. So it's not looking particularly strong. Again, like I was saying with Sega, is you want to see this above the VWAP. This is one of the things about the VWAP, why it's such an important indicator for day trading. You don't so much use it for entries and exits. You can use it for support levels and things like that. But for entries and exit indicators, and you don't so much use it for that point of view. You use it as a measuring stick for the sentiment of the stock. So if the candles are closing above the VWAP, then you're in an upwards trend. If they're closing below the VWAP, then you're in a downwards trend. If the candles are they're opening below and closing above and vice versa, then you just trade it sideways. It's going to be choppy kind of sideways. But if the candles are above, it's upwards trending, and if they're below, it's downwards trending. That's why the VWAP is a really important indicator. It's great for using in intraday, so that you know particularly well, where you are in terms of the sentiment in the market. Is this stock moving in an upwards trend or a downwards trend? And if it's moving in a downwards trend, you don't want to be taking a long position until that changes. Yeah, so actually, if you look at this on the 5-minute, S&P Bioscience is a bit of a double bottom there, but it didn't follow through. So we got the break where the 200 EMA is, and this is the thing with if you're looking for pattern breaks, if you're a pattern trader like I am, pattern break trader like I am, you're looking for pattern breaks. They're not 100%, particularly in low liquidity markets. So if you've got the pre-market and post-market, the out of hours sessions, low liquidity, you're more prone to being faked out in the out of hours sessions than you will be after the bell in the open in the regular session market hours. So just be conscious of that as well. The patterns are not going to be breaking out as reliably pre-market as they would be post-market. On what time frame, young Raptor? Don't know what time frame you're using. So 1860, 1816 down here. What time frame? I wouldn't. I think you're clutching at a straw if you're thinking that's a double bottom. Yeah, you're clutching at straws for a double bottom there, buddy. Good luck. Okay, what else? Let's have a look at tough built. Oh, we missed the breakout. Okay, no problem. We'll look for a re-entry. Seems to have quite a bit of strength today, does tough built. We got up to 896 on Friday, and we got up to 935 the week before. So before it decided to issue that secondary offering. So I'm sitting right $0.75 level now. I've got 36 minutes to the bell. There's plenty of time. Pre-market just yet. Yeah, let's have a look at Getty. You got you're back in at 26.90. Getty's down at 26.30. Well, the VWAP's at 27.16, so I think it will get back up. But the way that it's moving, at some stage today it should get back above the VWAP, which probably might be down at 27 by then. So you might be okay. You're in at 26.90. You should be okay. That's not financial advice. That's me with my fingers crossed, hoping that you get profit from it, buddy. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't copy me blindly. Don't sue me. Yeah, user, I saw a tough built move, but right now I'm looking at on the 2 minute We missed that breakout, so yeah, the $0.75 level. I'll take a quick comfort break and come back for the next breakout. Oh, TNXP, Tonix Pharmaceuticals. What's going on with Tonix Pharmaceuticals? Let's have a look. Tonix Pharmaceuticals just broke $2. It's up 22% on the day. Do we have a catalyst? Do we have any news that's actually... Tonix Pharmaceuticals announces issuance of US patent covering potentiated intranasal oxytocin for the treatment of pain. So that's a patent release. That's why TNXP is moving up. So that's just over $2. So if you're like those lower price stocks, you might want to take a look at TNXP. Not financial advice, by the way. Just calling out the momentum stocks and why they're moving. That's all I'm doing. Those of you that like to trade the smaller price stocks, then check it out and make your own decisions. I don't offer signals or alerts. It's not what that's not what this channel is about. I'm about teaching you how to fish, not giving you a fish. Just remember that. If you want to learn how to trade, stick around. If you're looking for a cheap shortcut, then this ain't the channel for you. Happy to teach you how to trade, even personally. It's down to you to make the judgment calls, and it's down to you to be profitable. No guarantees of profitability. Hey Alistair, there's no need for that. Just because I've already taught you how to fish, you've been fishing with a bloody net, let alone a rod and hook. You've been fishing with a net lately. And when I say a net, I mean, a big net, not net the next door neighbor's daughter. Patience, yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the biggest movers this morning have not got the momentum just yet. Looking at HKD pulling back. It's not really pulling back. It's been 370, 375, 380 on the bid for quite some time. But it's just the ask that's pulling back. So the spreads are narrowing. It's down at $30 spreads right now on HKD. $155 spread it was earlier, now it's 30. So if it keeps narrowing, it becomes, you know, almost interesting to watch. Ideally, you want volume in there. There's no volume, but there was no volume on Friday, which was why it was risky to trade. But it was a calculated risk. It's like playing poker. You know very well you've got, you know, in terms of if you're just looking at the deck, and your chances of improving your hand are poor. But if there's a lot of people in it, you've got good pot odds, why would you not go in, you know? So there's more, if you've got more to win and it is better than your odds of actually losing, then it becomes a no-brainer. That's it for the poker players if that are watching. Not saying that this is poker, I'm not saying it's gambling. Poker is, I like to think that poker isn't gambling if you know what you're doing. It's a battle of wits. It's a competition. And you wouldn't have said Usain Bolt was gambling every time he took to the starting blocks. He trained hard physically. If you look at the all of the World Series of Poker, it's the same people on the final table every time. Why is that? It's not rigged in their favor. It's because they work hard and train the mind. They train the mental muscles to be able to play the game. It's a skill set. So we've got Celyad Oncology kind of not doing anything anymore. Sideways, you can see that the VWAP's almost on the 1 minute is almost horizontal, so it's not doing, and it's actually underneath the VWAP, not really doing anything. MGM, which is a IPO on Friday, went mental on Friday, is up at 725. We're getting a bit of volume starting to come in now. It's above the VWAP, so it's starting to move up. Could be interesting. Tough built, just pulling all the way back to kind of 830s. We've got support here, kind of $8 previously. So 825s, so 830s as a resistance previously. So you want to be looking at that for support now. Interchangeable. Maia Biotech. Underneath the VWAP, really needs to get back over the VWAP. It's very close to break even on the day. Except, well, no, this is 17% up on the day. So if it stays above 650, it'll be interesting. But it needs to get back above $7 for me. AMTD, smaller price, but will run and move in sympathy with HKD. So if HKD, which is AMTD Digital, if AMTD Digital, which HKD runs, or it sells, watch AMTD follow it. Sega to 1860s at the moment. Now that's more of a closer to a double bottom, even though it's not that pronounced. Kind of a Adam and Eve, if you will. I even think that's a bit of a stretch. It's closer than the one from earlier. Actually, this is if you look at it on the 2 minute, it is a bit more pronounced. You've got it's close more of an Adam and Adam than an Adam and Eve. If you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, Adam and Eve, it's the shape of the double bottom. So an Adam is a pointed bottom, and an Eve is a curved bottom. So you get an Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, but Adam and Eve. So you can have an Eve and Eve, an Adam and Adam, or an Adam and Eve, or an Eve and Adam. Just the way people describe the shape of the double bottom. TNXP. I think I've not already just covered that about 10 minutes ago. So TNXP, patent granted, is the catalyst. It's up there at 205. It popped up above $2. It's up at 205. It's got reasonably good volume coming through now. So could be worth watching if you like those lower priced stocks. It is a decent catalyst. This does have form for running in the past. we go back to June, it ran up from what on the no actually 1st of June, it ran up from kind of $3 up to $4.75, which was a big run up for it at the time. It's had big run-ups in the past before, so it's run up from 780 up to 1150 in the past in a single day. So it can have volatility with the right catalyst, and that's the key there. It has to be the right catalyst that the market takes attention to or pays attention to. So right now, I'm not seeing that the market is seeing this as exciting in terms of that's the number one stock that we want to be on. Yes, it's moving up and it could be of interest. Let's see what happens after the bell. We've got 24 minutes to the bell. So this one's just moved up. Mobile Global Esports. I don't know why I keep saying global. Mobile Global Esports. This moved up heavy on. This is a IPO on Friday. It moved up heavy on Friday, so it's definitely worth a watch. I'm not saying it's worth trading. I'm not saying it's going to go up or down. I'm not offering financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't sue me. I'm just saying it's interesting. You know Phil Ivey, like personally, I've only met him a couple of times, and he's like he doesn't have a personality. So if you know him personally, because I've met him in the confines of a poker tournament, but be interested to hear your thoughts if you do know him personally, and whether you what you think if he does actually have a personality or whether he's just like a robot all the time. Good poker player though. He has a deathly stare. It's like cold, dead eyes that he looks at you with when he's trying to get a read on you. And invariably he gets a read on you. If you're not a very good poker player, he can read you like a book. There you go. He's a robot all the time. I sometimes, because I've met a few really good poker players. Now there's some really nice ones as well, but the majority of them, I would say, I often wonder, you know, are they on the autistic spectrum? Because they don't have very much social skills in terms of conversation and banter and stuff like that. When I'm at the poker table, as you can probably imagine, I'm gassing and banter and all kinds of things all the time. And people have no idea whether I'm bluffing or not, because I'm just bullshit flowing out of my mouth at the best of times. You know, I am. For those of you regular to my channel, you'll know that I am the king of bullshit. So it's a constant stream of this stuff on this channel. But somebody's got to do the talking. I used to play poker in a place called the Fitzwilliam Card Club and Casino in Dublin, and they closed during the pandemic. Closed down, not because of the pandemic. It's because the licensing laws were changed in Ireland, which meant that they couldn't operate as a casino because they'd have to go through the whole process of relicensing again. And apparently was the most famous card club and casino in Ireland. So. Yeah, I try to be honest, buddy, but what I'm saying is a lot of what comes out of my mouth is just me rambling. There's no dishonesty in what's coming out of my mouth. It's just my rambling thoughts, the inane thoughts of a fat bloke on the internet. Let's go back to tough, though. Oh, we could have got that. Let's see. This is the problem that I find when you're in a hot market, is you're looking at one stock, and as that pulls back a little bit, rather than sticking with it and being patient, you jump on something else and start watching that, and then you look for something, and you end up losing out because you're chasing the next shiny object. And that's probably my biggest problem. And you know, I'm sure I've got ADD or something, because I'll have to get checked for that. I've been told a few times I've got ADD, and my kids have got ADD. Well, 2 of my kids have got ADD. So, and they say it's hereditary, so it wouldn't surprise me. At least I'm able to deliver my own brand of BS with a little bit of charisma, I think. So we've got quite a few movers today. This one is the top mover at the moment. This is Mobile Global Esports. There you go. I said it without mispronouncing it. Mobile Global Esports. It's an IPO on Friday, went mental, and it's looking very strong at the moment. It's already nearly 60% up on the day. One to watch, providing it's got good, reliable volume. Excuse me, definitely be one to watch at the bell. We've got Celyad Oncology. It's kind of died out a little bit in terms of volume since earlier today, so maybe not so exciting. It's a lower price stock. We've got Maia Biotech. Again, this was an IPO last Thursday, so got breaking the VWAP right now up at 730s. This is of interest. This could be very much of interest. So let's watch this on the higher time frames. We've got resistance up at 75 at the $0.75 level. Significant resistance. It's met there, and it's also been support. If you look at the 5-minute, if you look at I'll draw the horizontal line so you can actually see. So at 75, that's close as. So you can see that this is found resistance at the 775 a number of times this morning, but before that it was support. So 775 is an important level for Maia Biotech. Then we've got Tough Built pulling back. Did try to make a move up. Hey, Sound of Fun, good to see you back. Geovax is of interest. Is this a double bottom, would you say? No, probably not. It's not got the pronounced W. So Geovax is it's up 48% today. If you look at this on the 30-minute, you'll see why it's of interest. It's all last week, every day last week, even the 60-minute. Every day last week it had a good, reasonably good day and some good moves that you could be profitable. So Geovax is a lower price stock. It's up over at $4 right now. As a lower price stock, it is of interest. I mean, let's go back to my trading view. So I've got a longer time frame on this and have a look at just kind of look at on the daily. The last time it was up at this level was back in at the back end of last year, early January. So we've got resistance at 425. We've already found the resistance at 450. We've got resistance, significant resistance at $5, and again at 550. Then 580. I've got a high up at 748. So it's got an all-time high up at before its multiple splits. So go back to 2020, I've got a high of $34. Don't think it's going to get back up there, but it could get up to $9, which was where it was at back in 2021. $7. So $4 right now. It's got a lot of history around that level, so it's a key level. And Sega, so looking at Sega again, all-time highs on Thursday, then it just sold off from Friday morning onwards. We're getting a bit of a bounce. We got a bounce into the close on Friday and the move up after hours, but it's been kind of consolidating this morning, pretty much. It's underneath the VWAP. As I said earlier, it needs to get above $19, $20 for me to then move up towards the highs again, 24, 25. It could get to $30 this week. Will it get to $30 today? I don't think so, but it needs to have a bit of bullish momentum continuation. And if the whole monkeypox thing continues, then it might be able to benefit from that. So Sega, yeah, sold off on Friday. But wasn't there an FDA catalyst on Friday, that kind of bearish FDA catalyst? Let's put that on the 1 minute. And tough built back down at the VWAP, tough built. So got that. We're at that $8 level, between 8 and 8.10. So we need to get a bounce here. Tough built, be nice. Have a look at Friday's news. This is what's great about Benzinga. Is you just type in the ticker and it gives you all the news. It gives you pretty much everything that you need. I want to go to Friday. Okay, on Saturday, so this is another thing. On Saturday, monkeypox was declared a public health emergency in New York City. And this is why it dropped on Friday. So Sega dropped 32% after the FDA monkeypox update questioned the company's antiviral. FDA announced there's currently no human data demonstrating the efficacy of TPOXX for the treatment of monkeypox. Okay, so that's why it dropped on Friday. The fact that monkeypox is still a big issue in the US speaks volumes. Oh, that's a lovely death cross there. Death cross doji on the 5 minute. Redstone doji. Turning into a hammer candle. Take a quick position. Let's have a quick look for you while I'm in this trade. Got it on the other screen anyway. So RMO 69 cents, popped up, moved sideways. If it's been acquired, that's probably why. It's just popped up and it'll move sideways. 69 cents. You probably get fluctuations between 65 and 75 cents. Got 10 minutes to the open, guys. Prefer a green hammer doji than a red hammer doji, but Yeah, what you're going to do. Green hammer candle. Sorry, and a red hammer candle. Yeah, no, it's a very good. It's a legitimate question, Sound of Fun, because sometimes if for the uninitiated, if you're not sure what's going on, doesn't matter what people are saying, it just sounds like gobbledygook. You know, you go and try and have a conversation about metaphysics, and you're not a metaphysicist. People are talking in a foreign language. You go and have a conversation about baking. It's the same thing. If you don't know anything about baking, and you're in a conversation with, you know, there's 4 of you and 3 of you are bakers, you know, you haven't a clue what's going on. So it's the same thing, but we're looking for flags, we're looking for patterns, and we look for patterns that behave in a certain manner. So what tends to happen is as a pattern forms, and it's a geometric pattern, as it forms, we tend to find that it breaks in a certain way, they tend to behave in a certain way. And it's not just me that's looking for that. There'll be thousands and millions of other retail traders looking at the same pattern, waiting for the same move, and they will all enter it pretty much, give or take a couple of cents. They'll enter it the same place, which then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is why one of the big reasons why pattern breakouts work the way they do and are as reliable as they are, because, and this is why you wait for volume, because if you've got heavy volume on a particular pattern breakout, it's more likely to work because that volume is coming in with other people of a similar mindset looking for the same move. So that's why we're looking for flags to help us predict what the move's going to do. Bull flags, bear flags, flat top breakouts, head and shoulders patterns, cup and saucer patterns, anything like that, descending wedges, ascending channels, whatever. There's been countless studies showing and if you look at the patterns alone, they're not going to make you money. You've got to trade the patterns and recognize that none of them are 100% effective. But for example, a head and shoulders pattern or an inverse head and shoulders pattern is an extremely effective pattern about 80% of the time. It will work in the way it will break out in the way you expect it to break out. Whereas if it's you're working on a pattern that's 50-50, you might take a position for a 50-50, but it's only going to be profitable if you manage your risk effectively. So if it starts going against you, you exit the position for a small loss. And then when you see the same pattern again, if it's a 50-50 based on statistics, it's gone against you. The next time you say it works out, it goes for you, then you let it run. So you make more than you've lost. And that's how it works. So I'm caught between the spread at the moment here. My entry is 33, the ask is 34, the bid is 32. So I'm caught right between the spread at the moment. And this is the problem with trading trading pre-market. And you see me trading pre-market, even though, and I do trade pre-market, even though I know it's not profitable for me to do so. Well, not as profitable for me to do so. I'd be much better off waiting until the bell and then trading the patterns after the bell. My statistics tell me so. So why do I trade pre-market? Well, I'm a dumb shit, that's why. And it makes for a more entertaining stream, let's face it. But my statistics tell me that I'm actually not making much money pre-market. Certainly between the hours of 7:30 and 8:30. this moment in time, maybe I'm making a bit more money between 9 and 10, certainly between 9 and 10, but between 9 and 9:30, I'm making more money than I am between certainly 8 and 8:30. Still caught between the spread, 34 and 31 there. Do I ever use trend lines? Yes, I do. I was drawing trend lines on Friday, but you don't have to draw a trend line to see it. If you know what you're doing, you can see the trend lines. But as a beginner trader, I would recommend that if you spot a trend line, draw the trend line. You can then, very often you'll get a range. You might be able to draw a channel, or you get a range that you can actually trade. If the range is decent enough, let's say you're getting a price movement between a lower trend line and a higher trend line, and it's moving fairly consistent, and the range is like 20 cents. You can buy at the bottom of that channel and sell at the top, and vice versa, and double sell at the top, short it at the top, and do it. If it's behaving in a predictable manner, trend lines can be very useful there. So swing trading, doing a stream about swing trading, probably the thing is with a swing trade, you put a swing trade on and you leave it, and it's there for a couple of days or even weeks. So doing a stream about live swing trading, probably not going to be the most interesting. But certainly I've got the course that's part of the day trade with Tony on swing trading. I've recorded a couple of lessons this last weekend, just the weekend just gone. Didn't have a lot of time to do it. I was too busy enjoying my weekend. So I only recorded 2 lessons, but I've got a few more to do. I've got all the content ready. I've just got a few more lessons to record. Hello, Pharaoh. So this is pulling back a little bit too far for me. That's 5 cents now. It's pulled back. On the ask, I'm right on the money, but I've got 5 cents on the spread, so. We've got 2 minutes to the bell. I don't really want to be holding tough built at the bell. That's the thing. So I might get out of this for a scratch. Geovax moving up. I put 427s now. This goes to 20. This goes to the $1/4. I'm just getting it. Well, I'm in tough built right now, so I've got a minute before the open, and I'm actually in the trade, so I don't really want to be in the trade because I'm not feeling optimistic about it gap and going at the bell. It might well do. Might make me some money, but I'm not optimistic about that right now. No, for me, I try not to swing trade low float stocks. I prefer mid to high caps for swing trading. The simple reason for that is you're not going to get the big flushes in the same way, the big manipulated flushes that you're going to get people dumping size. If you get somebody with a few thousand shares, it's not going to impact the price point on a mid to high cap stock as it would on something like Tough Built or whatever. So I don't swing trade these low float, low price stocks, low cap stocks for that. For that reason, amongst others. So I've just put a 10-cent trailing stop. If it pulls back and stops me out, it stops me out. So what? Oh, did she get, here we go. Thanks for reminding me there, Matt. Here you go. You've got these little bone tubes with duck meat on them today, sweetheart. Here you go. Okay. Thank you to Matt. Right, I'll change the scanners over. Oh, I did get stops out. That's okay. That's the beauty of the open. You can put stops in place to manage your risk. Right, what am I looking at? Let's have a quick look at HKD. That's down 20% now. But the spreads have narrowed to just 22 cents or 20 cents, 25, 24 cents, whatever. So keep an eye on that. The Gaia selling off at the open. I think that actually is halted, isn't it? No, just looked like it. MGAM. Maia. Sell off. Buff built. AMTD sell off. Tiga. Oh, that went up to 18.95. Well, that broke the VWAP. It's trying to test in $19. Look for a nice entry here. What are we trying to get in here? Rest of the VWAP. Yep. High on this one is 90. Opening range high right now is 18, so we need to be looking for the break of $19. Break of 18.95. Tough built. That just went. Pull back. Here we go. I have big range at the open. Just remember the volatility at the open is a lot bigger than it will be any other time during the day. Right, for the spreads to narrow. The spreads, I'm getting caught between the spreads at the moment, but we've got 4 cent spread on tough built. Factor that into your risk, guys. Oh, I didn't expect it to pull back from the highs so much. Red box, I'll get to red box shortly. I've just gone in big size with tough built because I expect it to go and test $9. I'm taking a big risk. Of upwards volume. Half dollar. Beat the half dollar. Come on. Taking a little bit off. Reducing the exposure a little bit. Right in the range more than anything. Breaks the half dollar, they'll add to the position maybe. For the break of the half dollar. Let's get out there while it's pulling back. Broke a new low. Wait for the next entry. Excuse me. Yeah, so back above $4, definitely worth of a shot. Okay, so just broke the VWAP of $4, pulls back under $4. It's a very tight risk. On a candle, if a candle closes below $4, I'll just get it. It's 403. I've not been putting stops in place, which is a bit silly, given the volatility of the market this last couple of weeks. Was that a bull trap? That's the question. Over dip. Let's test the VWAP again. $2.5 away from it on the ask. There we go. Now we're back in the green. Will we break highs here? Break $4. Come on. Briefly. Shut up. You've had your treat. Geovax. Looking strong all last week. Up on Friday's close. I was looking for some continuation today. My goodness, MGAM is up at 19s now. I like that work. Patience. She's having problems on the $4, absolutely. So we've got the not just the $4, but we've got the VWAP there as well. So she's getting rejected by the VWAP and the whole dollar. So it's a tough resistance level for Geovax right now. When we retest it again, I think I'm just going to reduce the exposure to see if we can get through. It's quite heavily exposed right now with this 15,000 shares. Going back to your question on any of these stocks hold for swing trading, Sounder Fund, you might hold some of them, but you'd have to do more fundamental research. That's one of the big differences between day trading and swing trading. And it's one of the reasons why I prefer day trading to swing trading. I think swing trading is easier, but you do have to do a bit more background research for it, fundamental research. And I'm just lazy. I'd just rather look at what's moving, why it's moving, and then ride the momentum, rather than actually doing a little bit of work before I get into a trade. But certainly, when the market's bullish, you get earnings season. It's very often worthwhile to do swing trading, particularly on the low and mid cap stocks. Oh, sorry, mid and high cap stocks. Sorry. Thank you. What's it like on the 1 minute? Okay, so I should have got out on the at 390 really. I'm watching this on the 5 minute. Six. Do I think it will be better here in a year or two? I'm not sure where here is and what better than what. Not sure what you're asking, Dylan. And it's all, you know, you take a, you know, Great Expectation, or was it, no, Tale of Two Cities. There you go. Dickens, Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It depends on what perspective you're looking at. It's always the best of times for someone and always the worst of times for others. So it's all relative. Will it be better here in a year or two? Stocks? Will it be better in a year or two? For me, why does it need to be better? I mean, I had my best ever month of the year, second best ever, last month. The same thing happened in June. I had my second best ever trading month in June, my best trading month of the year in June, and then I eclipsed it last month in July, basically on Friday. So why would I need it to be better next year or in the next 2 years? It's a tough trading market, I'll say that, but the opportunities to make money are still there. So you've just got to be patient. You've got to, you know, adhere to your strategy and trust the process. And that's, it just takes practice, that Dylan. It all comes with practice, which is why I keep telling everybody, if you take the Day Trade with Tony course, one of the key things is trade in a simulator first. Don't put money into the markets that you can't afford to lose. Most people do lose. So trade in a simulator first. Practice. Get consistency. Get consistency in a simulator before you put a small amount of money on the line. Then the emotions really get involved. If you if you can't handle your emotions with a small amount of money, it's going to be magnified the more money you put in there. If you can't handle your emotions with no money on the line, if you can't be disciplined with zero money on the line, you're not going to be disciplined with money on the line. So trade in a simulator first and get the practice. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym and try and deadlift, you know, 400 pounds, and you've never done it before. You're onto a loser straight away. You're probably going to break something, or you know, tear something. But if you go to the gym and you work out and train and you build up to that level, then in 12 months' time, will you be able to deadlift 400 pounds? Well, more than likely. Got to build up to the level you want to aspire to. And I do this every single month, first of every month. I go in big on the first of the month, bigger than I should be because my account isn't as big as it was. That's the problem. Okay, final dip buy. It gets to 375, I'll do a final dip buy and then I'll exit the whole bunch at 375. I'm not enjoying this trade at all. Any thoughts with Roku? Well, I've just put a stop in place there. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I can trade something else. Roku is motoring. It's up at 68 right now. So it's up 4% on the day. And it sold off hard on Thursday. I think it was bad earnings or something on Thursday. Was it Thursday that was Roku earnings day? Sold off hard, so it's having a bit of a bounce. Whether the bounce will maintain, I don't know, but I would set maybe a target of $70. Maybe you can get $2 out of this move up. Could be worthwhile. Not financial advice, just looking at the price action here. What's the low here? So 70. got a low of 72.83. So there's a gap. There's a big gap to fill up to $73. So maybe you can fill the gap. So set your target for $72 should be for that gap fill. All right, back to GeoVax. Tough built going for 10. Yeah, steady climb. What about? My goodness, that's low volume, but it's starting to move back up. $20 odd spread, so just be careful with that. AMTD, that's the move that you're getting on the HKD without the volume. GeoVax. GeoVax Labs. Right. Okay, so I've got my stop at break even now on GeoVax. Oh, well, that didn't help. I put my stop at 95 and I got filled at 85. What a crap fill that was. It did pay off until I got stopped out. That's the problem with stops, is you can get slippage on them. Oh, yeah, well, I'll be back in a second. I need a comfort break. I'm not taking you yet. You can wait. I'll give you another treat though, because we've had not had that many likes, but you can have another treat anyway, just for like. Okay. How long do I use it? About 2 hours, Thomas. So my trades are averaging about 2 hours. Intraday. Oh, this one's consolidating sideways. Gaia is moving up nicely. Looking for the move up. Spreads are wicked. Looking at 30-cent spreads here on Pagaya. Get the breakout I'm expecting here. It'll be worthwhile. $0.30 spreads on Pagaya. We're on a 15, so that's better. Power for that. So put 30-cent spread on a 30-cent trailing stop on it, but I'm not convinced that's going to be good enough. No, I got stopped out. So we're 2,000 up on the day. We just made 4,500 on Pagaya, but I got stopped out accidentally. So now I need to wait for a pullback. I got stopped out at 385. I didn't sell at 385. The problem with Pagaya is these spreads are huge. If I had a bigger account, I wouldn't have a problem here because I could average down if it pulls back, but I don't have the account size to go all in with this. Well, it started with 30,000 today, so I'm 2,000 up on the day. Let's wait for this pullback. Conclude. I know I'm not looking at Maia, I'm looking at Pagaya. Actually, looking at HKD, it's starting to make its move back up again. Oh, my scanners tell me what the momentum stocks are at any given time, and right now HKD and Pagaya are the momentum stocks. So that's why I'm looking at these. So sorry, Mad Max. I can take a look at Maia for you if you want. Maia, choppy sideways anyway. Difficult to trade that right now. Look at it on the 2-minute, no different. The 5-minute, no different. So Maia right now, the main level is 775 to watch. Needs to get above 775. So it's struggled. It was rejected at 750. So that's Maia for you, Mad Max. Probably not. Move back up, testing $27. Might just scalp this as we get there. That's 27. New high. There we go. Just scalp that for a couple of grand. So now 3,600 up. That's not a bad start to the month, but not a bad start to the day. So 3,600. Absolutely, but just be careful with HKD. So HKD, AMTD Digital, just be careful with this one because it's low volume. We're talking about 2,000-3,000 shares a minute. Very, very low volume, which means that the moves are erratic. and not reliable, and you've not even got a pattern to be able to trade to trade this. So you're going to have to look at the higher time frames for patterns and be patient with them. The spreads currently are 35 cents. You know, 35 cents on the spreads. So just be careful with that one. It was good on Friday because it had the momentum and it was moving well. We might get some volume come in and it'll be better later in the day. But right now, so we've got a few big momentum movers in terms of moves, but not on low volume. So just watch what you ideally you want it on good volume. So this one's got good volume. So its move up, kind of a almost you could say triple top, which is bearish, and it's pulled down, so it might now move up again. Like that argument for head and shoulders, never mind triple top there, but just look at the patterns on AMTD, and that will give you a better understanding of the patterns that are on HKD. There's more volume on AMTD, but they tend to move together. Gaia, I'm missing the move. These 30-cent spreads are painful as well. Look, another 1,000. Over 28, 28.20s, over 28.50. We'll exit this position. Struggling at the $0.50. Hey, baby. You go and have a lie down. I'll be with you in a minute. That's an exit indicator if I ever saw one. To try test 28.30. Come on. Spreads are 15 cents right now, which is not bad. For a dip high at 27. We're looking for 28. $28.85. Break the 28. Over we go. 28.50. There we go. That's me done for the day. Happy days. Oh, that's a nice start. Daily goal 5,000. I'm at 6,000. That's me done. I'm not going to overstay my welcome. I'm done for the day. So I'll be taking that. I'll stick around for another 25 minutes and I'll talk through. If I see a really nice move, I'll talk through the markets and the movers. But look, that's what you've got to do. You've got your goal. You hit your goal. You get green. You stay green. And that's me today. It looks like there's some good momentum in the markets, and HKD is now green on the day. So this is really interesting. I'm probably not going to trade this because I've only got a $30,000 account now. So when I had a $150,000 account like on Friday, and this was down at $270, $250, $300, it was worth trading. But right now it's very volatile, low volume, very risky trading. It's the talked about stock of the moment because of how much it's moved up. If you look at this on the daily, I'll show you on the daily, it's a recent SPAC merger or IPO, if you will, but it's moved up from, on the 15th, it was down at, opened at $13. So this is like 4,000% rise. It's up at, you know, $450, whatever it is. So huge gains. Friday, well, actually Thursday was mental for it, and then Friday is, well, Friday, this was Friday, yeah, it opened at 163 and went up to 485. So it's a $200 move intraday. You just take 1,000 shares at 163, you can make $200,000 in one day with that, in theory. How much is my daily goal? Is $5,000, Thomas. Here you go. This is moving up quite big in terms of, it's a low price stock, but this is for you, Sounder Fun. You call this out. So this is OTRK or on track. And this is up at 120s. It's already up 86% on the day. So if you like the low price stock, check it out. Do your own research, do your own due diligence before you enter a trade. Make sure you pick your targets and have set cut-off limits in terms of your risk. Well, that's it, Matt. That's exactly what you want to be doing. You want to be, look, if you can just trade from the bell for half an hour. So it's like where I'm based, it's 2:30 in the afternoon till 3. You can do whatever you want in the morning. Just go to the gym, you know, get up late, whatever you want to do. Then in the afternoon, you finish by 3:30 and go and do the rest of you whatever you want to do. Just, you know, life of leisure, almost. Yeah, I wouldn't say you're actually trading from 2:30 till 3, but you want to do at least half an hour's due diligence beforehand to build your watch list. And once your watch list is moving, of course, if you're using Benzinga, your watch list comes out and they give you a watch list, if you will. So, but based on the gaps. So, Media Core Holdings, not great volume, so probably not worth looking at intraday just yet. If the volume picks up, could be interesting. Somebody wanted to have a look at Virax Biolabs, so that popped up, then sold off again. It's hankering around the VWAP right now. Again, the volume's died off. If it was up around the 250,000 shares a minute level, could be interesting. It might get back up there a little bit later. What else is moving big? Geovax Labs ripped me off. I'm trading it down here. Eventually, it does get up above $4. Goes up to 419. So I could have made some money on that. When I was 20,000 shares deep on that one, I could have made some money. I could have got a good 30-cent move. But look, I'm 6 grand in the good today, so happy enough with that right now. Tough built. Again, Tough Built robbed me as well. So Tough Built, you owe me 3,500. So steady gains, up at 920s. So this is now back to where it was before. Go back to the the dailies. So this is where it was running up to. So it got up to 935 previously. So this is a key level, 935. Tough Built. I've already been up there at 935, so it got rejected at 935. That was the previous high from before they announced the secondary offering. So the fact that it's back up at 935 a week later, literally a week later, shows some strength. What I will be very worried about now is this potential double top formation that you're getting here. My first entry on Pagaya. So I got in at 25.40. Adrock. That's to you, Adrock. So my first entry was at 25.40. I was taking profits and riding that up. So where is Pagaya right now? So you can see here on the screen, I'll zoom in, so if you can't see it, you can see it here anyway. On the screen, I've got my little triangles here. The green up triangles are where are my buy triangles. The little red down triangles are my sell triangles. So my first entry was here. I took some profits there. I added to my position. I got up 5,000 shares. That was 2.5 off. Added to my position there, and then so I added the 2,500. And then I got in and then got stopped out as well. I put a trailing stop and it stopped me out. I got in here, 2,500 shares there, add them back, and then exited the position there, 2,500, and I got in and out both times. Then that was a 5,000, and this is so riding the momentum all the way up. It's moving sideways right now, but I'm done for the day. That was a nice half an hour. Well, but it was lots of either 2,500 or 5,000 shares. Adrock. That's daily goal. That's what's important. I've got to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that 7-figure number for the end of the year. I'm just starting. I'm starting with a smaller account today, as I've already mentioned, $30,000. So actually, just under $30,000 today is a starting picture. So and add 6,000 onto. Well, actually, won't be. It'll be just over 5,500 or whatever it is when I check it and when it's all settled and all the fees are taken off. I'll get a rebate actually later this week as well on my platform fees. So yeah, good day's work already. What's the weather looking like? It's looking a bit murky and grey. I won't need a coat. I'll be fine. Should be okay for a walk. But that's patience. I was trading Tough Built. We were up, we were down. We were up, we were down. We finished down. Geovax didn't break out when I expected it to. Pagaya, third time of asking, we got in, made our gains, got out. Yeah, so that's a very valid point there at Muggles channel. It's 20% gain on the day. Normally I look to myself to make 5% on the day. I don't usually trade short. I will trade short, and it depends on the stock. So some stocks are not shortable, first and foremost. Secondly, so if I go to, let's have a quick look at, where's HKD? HKD. It's not shortable. So I can't short HKD. Some stocks are hard to borrow. So if they're hard to borrow, you end up paying locate fees. Regardless of whether you pay locate fees, you pay borrow fees. At the moment, if you look at AMC, for example, I was watching AMC, borrow fees on AMC are about 20%, which is stupid. You know, you're paying, it's equivalent to an annual interest rate of 20% on the price of the stock. So AMC's not having a bad day, actually, at the moment. It's kind of sideways, but it was down quite heavy. It was down at 1430s. It's now moved up 1470s almost. So it's upwards trending. GameStop since the split. Let's have a look at GME since the split. 35.18. So GME pumped up out of the gates. If you look at this on the 5-minute, you can see it pumped up out of the gates, up at 35, high of 35.64 on the day. So GameStop green. GameStop's more green than AMC. 3.5% up on the day. So the meme stocks are looking reasonable, but the big movers right now is this one, MGAM, Mobile Global Esports, which is 55% up on the day. It moved up, high of day, currently 2074. It's down at 1750s. I would say a lot of these stocks will have range on them. They'll be bouncing, they'll be moving up and down later. So I may come back a little bit later. We're back for Power Hour later. So for those of you that are not familiar with the channel, I will be streaming live for the last hour of the market, which is from 8 p.m. my time, Dublin or London. It's going to be from 3 till 4 East Coast. So I'll be back for Power Hour. For those of you who thinking that this just doesn't add up, I don't understand what's going on, maybe I'd like to do that or whatever it is, then I can teach you. There is a course available, which is my course, and I'll show you how to get that and where to find that, and it's well worth the money if I do say so myself. I'll bring this across to the guys on YouTube as well. If you go to my TikTok profile, you'll find a little link there that says the Linktree TikTok Trader. Now, if you get the splash screen go anyway, most of the time it won't happen. Now, these links are available in the description on YouTube, so you can find these on YouTube, no problem at all. If you want to reach out to me directly, you can reach my socials there, message me directly. You can email me if you use the little email icon. If you want to learn how to trade at a reasonable price, then Day Trade with Tony is the only day trading course that you'll need. A few people in this stream today have already taken it and are already profitable this last month or so, so they can testify that it is good content and will teach you the strategies and knowledge base that you need. If you need a little bit more convincing, then go to my YouTube channel and check out the Introduction to Trading video. It's essentially the first lesson that you can take for free. And if you like what you hear, like what you see, then by all means come and join the course. This is the entire syllabus as it stands right now. I'll be keeping this swing trading course included until the end of August. Then I'll be breaking out a new swing trading course, which will be available in the next couple of weeks, which will be a little bit more in depth than this one here at the moment. And then this one will be disappearing. So if you join before the end of August, you get this swing trading course included. There's a whole bunch of reading material, best-selling trading books as well. I'm always saying don't stop because I've taught you how to trade. Continue learning, continue adding more strategies and more ideas to your armament, if you have more strings to your bow. How much is it? Well, it costs about 150 bucks a month. Which is every 3 months it's 350 bucks a month, so you're getting about 30% off if you go for a longer term plan, and it's even cheaper if you go for it's a little over 100 bucks a month if you go for an annual plan. The reason that you have those plans and discount options is that it will take you approximately 3 months or more to actually learn how to trade. Now, there's no guarantees of profitability. What I will say is that the people that have taken it so far, have taken the course so far, have found it very useful in terms of strategies, what they've been doing wrong, if they've experienced been trading and why they've been losing. And if they're new to the game, it's very lay terms. It's very basic in terms of explaining what to do, how to read candle charts, how to spot, areas of support and resistance, basic things. But it also goes into technical details on how to read level 2, how to use Bollinger Bands or RSI and things like that. So there's a whole bunch of different strategies that you get in there. If you think $150 is too much for you to learn how to day trade and be able to make literally thousands every week, then it's probably not aimed at you. No disrespect intended. It's not going to be aimed at you because you probably don't have enough money to day trade anyway. So maybe look at swing trading or crypto or something. If you keep scrolling down on this page, you'll get to my profitability. So you've got the first 6 months of this year. You've got my trader view statistics, and you've got my capital markets broker reports, which show that I'm profitable with every month except May. I'm profitable on the statistics, but not in the actual net P&L after all the charges and commissions and things are taken off. What is TraderView? I say TraderView reports. So this is TraderView right now. Let's have a quick look at where we are. So right now, as of this year, this is TraderView. This is the total P&L before transaction charges, fees, commissions, etc. So this is where I am on the day. My goal at the beginning of the year that I set as I wanted a seven-figure year net. So right now I'm I've just made that six and a half thousand behind I was after 7 months, but I've just made 6,000, so I'm pretty much on target now for the year. And I need to be making 84,000, just under 84,000 a month to get to a 7-figure net year. So I work that out after charges and commissions and things like that. I've said, okay, 5,000 a day is my goal. Total is where I'm pretty much bang on the money. So my average daily gain across the year is 5,000. If I look at scroll down here, performance by month of the year, you can see here that I had a really good month to start off with in January. In February, I started with $5,000 in my account. I did a $5,000 account challenge, and we actually made $84,000 in total in February. In March, 101,000. We made just over $1,000 in May, and in June, 162,000 was my second best ever trading month. And guess what? We've just surpassed it in July. That last Friday, I apologise for Mr. Whippy outside, but July, I had a just shy of $14,000 day on the last day of the month, i.e. Friday, largely down to HKD, and that took me to the best month of the year, my second best ever trading month. Would you stop with your dingles? So times, let's have a look at from July. You'll see from July accuracy, if I look at win-loss expectation, July was a really good month, 232 versus 70. So it's about 3.5 to 1 in terms of the risk reward. We were a good 4 to 1 or better than 4 to 1 on the accuracy. Today's accuracy, we've got 2 losers, 1 winner, so it's 60% against today. So at the moment, having a good day. Back to the link tree, okay? How do I find these stocks to trade? Benzinga. Quite simply, if you go to Benzinga, you see these scanners in the middle of the screen. These are Benzinga scanners, and I've got six windows open on one of my monitors right now, with different scanners, different time frames, show me different things. I've got news filters, I've got alerts, signals, etc. So check it out for free. Don't even need a credit card, just an email address. Check it out for free. If you like it, come back to the link tree. Use the discount code DayTradeWithTony35, T35, you get 35% off for life. So that's the thing. So I've already talked to you about TraderView. I use TradingView for deeper analysis, and when I'm looking at crypto and other things. And people asking what's the platform that I use to trade. It's Dash Trader Pro. I use Dash Trader Pro with capital markets, and I use Dash Trader Pro with interactive brokers as well. I'm no longer going to be recommending interactive brokers proactively, simply because the majority of people that come on my stream are from the UK, and since Brexit, I've only learned this last week that the PDT rule applies to interactive brokers in the UK now. So unless you've got $25,000 to deposit on your broker, you're not going to be able to day trade, be an active day trader with interactive brokers. So you're probably better off going with someone like Capital Markets Elite Group. Again, if you're in the US, you're going to be subject to the pattern day trading rules. So if you want to day trade actively, Capital Markets Elite Group is who I use, and it's an offshore broker based out of Trinidad and Tobago. So there is no issues with the PDT rule by trading with them. Just all of that information. What I'll do now is move this all back, and I'm going to sign off and take this teddy bear for her daily walk. I'm done trading for the day. So until power hour, I'll come back, and if there's something moving at power hour, I'll come back and trade it. But it looks like I say I'm done trading for the day, but look at Pagaya. We got off of this before this pullback. A good entry here would have been the break of $28, full $1.50 move. But Pagaya is looking good, guys. If you're still trading, check it out. It's looking strong. How's HKD doing? Looking very strong as well. So, but HKD is up at 450s. So you've had a good. It was down here at 280s. So it was down here. Have a look. It's had a low today of 278, and it's had a high of 480. So there you go. $200 move. Could have made $200 if you bought it at the low here. You could have made $200 per share on that one. But I'm not saying go and do that. Not financial advice. It's all hypothetical for entertainment and education purposes only, because this is high risk, high reward, but very high risk. Just saying. So looks like I'm going to be heading off. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll put out a little update later on both YouTube, and I'll film my usual walking around the park update for TikTok. We're not trading anything. Trade Blondie. I'm just signing off. We were trading Geovax, Gaia, and Tough Built, and we had one winner, 2 losses, but we're up $6,000. So all's well that ends well. So come back later for power hour, and that'll be 8 o'clock my time, PM. It'll be 3 PM on the East Coast. I'll see you all there. Don't be late.